Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the UWA Elite Livin on the Edge pre-show. You already know who it is. It's me, it's your boy, JC, here with the matches that will be featured at this year's Livin on the Edge, the hottest event of the summer. Tickets are available at UWAElite.com. That is July 24th, Livin on the Edge. Let's get to the matches, shall we? We start with singles competition where Mike Seaway will take on Pure Massacre Anthony Michael. Then, for the first time ever, we will see the Mat Mechanic Eric Corvus take on Sean Damage McNellis. Who knows what to think of Sean Damage McNellis anymore? I mean, we'll see what other tricks he has up his sleeve. We'll see what happens in that matchup. Then we have a grudge match where KTB will take on a returning favorite. That's right, he's back. Sweet Cheeks Joey Silver, looking to get his sweet revenge on KTB. Let's see if he gets it. Then we have six-man tag team action where the Fat Boys, JC Strong, Magic, and Prince take on the Golden Era Wet Brett, Venor, and Goldie. Some newcomers, some vets. Let's see how that mix comes. Then we have tag team title action where the Army of the Dark Angel, Chris Powers and Adam Bizarre, will take on the Wretched Bows and a mystery tag partner. Wonder who Bows has in mind for that. Moving on, we have the I Championship on the line where BT Bull and his crooked manager Nicholas K will defend against the anti-hero Joey Adams. Then we have the Iron Man Championship. It's a submission match where the explosive Eddie Thomas will take on the truly terrific Ty Thomas. A lot of back and forth between those two. Let's see if Ty Thomas can pull off the upset and become our new Iron Man champion. Then the Territory Championship will be on the line. The New York Drip, Matt Vertigo, defense against the Nuketown Dragon, Boom Harden. And last but certainly not least, we have the Boot Camp match where the loser must bend the knee. Hedges taking on King Tech. Will Tech bend the knee to Hedges? Or is Hedges gonna bend the knee to the King? That's all the matches that will be featured at Livin on the Edge. I'm gonna send it to my boys MC Hale and James for more.
Thanks, JC. We have the man of 1,000 spreadsheets, MC Hale, sitting next to James here, and let's do the rundown. And I got to be honest, I want to get this first one kind of out of the way because I don't know what's going through Seaway's head in here. Why would he take this match to begin with?
I mean, we have two men who have both not had a good year so far. They're both coming off losses. They have something to prove. There's a game to be played about where they are in UWA Elite, and I think this match is as much their stationing and positioning as anything else.
I mean, Mike Seaway against the gorgeous one, Anthony Michael. Anthony Michael, I think, has a lot to gain here. If he can get a victory over the Dynamite Davis tournament winner, last year's tournament winner in Mike Seaway, I think that's a good building block to kind of catapulting himself in the rankings. But I don't see an upside for Seaway. Is he just wrestling with emotion at this point? Is he just kind of flailing?
Well, he has that loss against BT Bull. So I really think he needs something that's going to prove to himself that he can still do it. Maybe Anthony Michael he thinks it's going to be an easy out.
Do you think he's got the victory?
I think he has more to prove than Anthony Michael at this point.
All right, I'm going with Anthony Michael on this one.
Next we have Hall of Famer, multi-title winner, big man on campus, Eric Corvus versus Sean Damage McNellis after his big change of heart. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, we've seen Corvus speak about this on camera, that maybe the titles got into his head a little bit. Maybe having the championships became a little bit more important than being kind of the man of the people that I think he sees himself as. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, we saw it. I love the line that Damage McNellis is what's wrong is what's broken in UWA Elite, and the mechanic is going to fix it. I mean, I think it's a good line. He also called the Army of the Dark Angel Spooky Boys, which I think is pretty good.
I mean, that's an excellent thing to call them, because that's what they are, a big bunch of spooky boys. And I don't know whether Corvus has I don't know whether he can triumph over what is not a match versus one man. It's a match versus potentially 4 men. So I'm going to have to go with Damage on this one.
Yeah, and Damage we saw in his promo as well, saying, I'm going to mutilate you just like you've done to the UWA Elite. I think there's a little bit of a question of respect in this one also, that Damage just sees Corvus as somehow being what's wrong with UWA, and I'm not exactly sure how he's twisting that, and I think it might be Valentine, it might be the Dark Angel himself getting into McNellis' head just a little bit.
I mean, that's what the Angel does. He gets in people's heads and he twists them to what what they are best used by him for. And I think taking down Corvus is a pretty big chunk of UWA Elite, and I think they have it out for him.
I think it all comes down to who's at ringside in this one. And don't forget, Valentine does not have a match at this event. He may show up at ringside in Damage's corner. We know the Army of the Dark Angel, Powers, and Bizarre have a match of their own, so they may not be available, but it may end up being a 2-on-1. And if that's the way it goes, I gotta go with Damage. We have got KTB issuing an open challenge, and it being answered by
the Candyman himself, Joey Silver.
The King of Candy, the Slammer of Sweets. He has about 100 different... I think Too Hot Steve Scott is the only one who has more nicknames than Joey Silver.
We haven't seen him in a while, due to injury brought on by KTB. This is as much a grudge match as it is anything else.
Attack at Media Day, yeah, exactly.
And I think the fact that it's not a surprise, he announced he's going to face KTB after the Beast's open challenge.
I've got people who have answered open challenges here in UWA Elite have not fared well lately. We had Johnny Strong was destroyed by BT Bull in BT Bull's open challenge, and Sean Van Orr was basically thrown to the wolves in his kickboxing match against Brandon Catino. Mm-hmm. So is Silver biting off more than he can chew with an open challenge against the Beast?
I think the answer to that is a 100% yes. We have KTB, who is on a tear, on a vindictive, monstrous, just blazing a trail through the woods of UWA Elite. Silver could have had a surprise on his hands. He could have come out of nowhere and given KTB sort of something he wasn't expecting. Nobody was expecting Silver to return just yet. And now the cat's out of the bag. He might have revealed too much.
Silver held the I Championship for 5 months before KTB put him on the shelf. And yeah, I do think that Silver, my heart is with him. I want to root for Silver on this one. I think I've got to go with the Beast.
You know, I'm going to give you one other side to that, and that is Silver took down Bones. And so maybe it's just in Joey Silver's wheelhouse to be able to take down the big giants. Maybe he is the Davids to the Goliaths. Is it enough to take KTB though?
We'll see what happens at Living on the Edge, July 24th.
Next, we have 6 men who have a lot to prove after last month's show. We have the Fat Boys and special guest JC Strong, Johnny Strong, whatever he's going by this month. And we have all 3 members of the Golden Era together for the first time in UWA Elite.
Yeah, and as you said, a lot to prove. No one really coming up on the positive side of things at our last event. And I don't know, do we see a man with the physique of Strong fitting in with the Fat Boys?
Only in a Laurel and Hardy sketch. But I do think that the Fat Boys who came out on the losing side with the Fatal 4-Way, I think that they are 2 guys who have been in the ring collective years that really want to show they still got it, specifically in the case of Magic. But
no, Magic has been wrestling longer than some of these newer wrestlers have been alive.
Yeah. And to the same, I think Golden Era is up and coming, possibly a real name in UWA Elite, but we really haven't seen them shine, especially after their showing at our last show.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Goldie and Waters, as I said before, in in the last segment, throwing Van Or to the Wolves against Brandon Coutinho. Has that sown a little bit of discord in the Golden Era?
If he remembers it,
That's a fair point.
that could be a blank spot. But if I was to pick one, I think just because they know each other, discord or not, I'm gonna have to go Golden Era on this one.
I'm gonna go opposite. I think this is the time for Strong to finally kind of redeem himself. No one, as we said, no one came up on the winning side of things, but the Fat Boys were not the ones who got pinned. Golden Era were not the ones who got pinned. Strong is the one who got pinned. I think they might be able to take advantage of maybe a little bit of infighting in the Golden Era, and I think they come out on top. Tag Team Gold is going to be on the line when we have Bose and taking on the Army of the Dark Angel.
Yeah, Bose has, I think, a pretty big claim to wanting to take down the Army of the Dark Angel. Those boys have hounded him probably more than the Fallen Angel himself. So yeah, he said he wanted a tag team title match, and he was willing to do it by himself.
Yeah, our President Dave Swan not going to allow that, however. If it's a tag team match, you need to have a tag team partner. If you're going to be a tag team champion, there has to be someone else to have that second belt. I mean, as big a man as Bose is, you still need a partner to be a tag team champion.
True, but Bose is not beloved. He is in fact befeared in the UWA Elite. So who is going to stand side by side with that monster?
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he's burned his bridges with both ends of the spectrum on this. I mean, I jotted down a couple of names. Maybe someone like Vincenzo, Drake Chambers, LSG, maybe even Jim Logan. Someone with a few rough edges. Because anyone who's pure-hearted, anyone who's pure evil, I think Bose may have alienated everyone.
Every side of that coin burned the bridge and salted the earth where it stood. The one person I would have even considered we're going to be peeling off the ring after his match with KT.
True. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about people who the crowd wants to cheer, but are not maybe 100% behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bo's turning over a new leaf, but he's not there yet. So to take on the Army of the Dark Angel, who has so much chemistry, does it matter who his partner is going to be?
Great question. And at this point, even going in, if it's somebody whom the UWA Elite loves, are they going to be able to work with such a wild card as the Wretched Boys?
And then on the other side of things, you have the Army of the Dark Angel tag victories against the Stepdads and an exhausted Dog Nation, who, congratulations to them, won the #1 contender spot and then had to immediately wrestle the Army of the Dark Angel. We have Powers and Bizarre. Powers bringing that motorcycle helmet into the match in his last 3 matches, I believe now,
Yeah,
if we're keeping track. Bizarre was attacked after his loss to Ty Thomas. Powers was attacked by Bo's pre-event at Dangerous Uprising. So Bose has taken out both men individually before, maybe biting off a little more than he can chew, trying to do it together with a brand new partner. I think the Army retains their titles.
I would like to disagree with you, but I 100% cannot.
The I Championship is on the line with BT Bull and his special advisor, the professional Nicholas K, in his corner, going up against Joey Adams, the anti-hero.
Yeah, this one, if I was to put dimes to donuts on this was the professional looking down the list of UWA Elite and thinking who BT Bull might be able to take down for an easy night of work, because Joey Adams has not had a great track record this past year.
No, 0-3 I believe in 2021 so far, a loss in Ultimate Turmoil, a non-decision loss. We do have to mitigate these losses a little bit. In the territory #1 contender 4-way, it was a non-decision loss. No, he didn't get the win, but he was not the one that was pinned, and he was eliminated in the Cell Block 6 match. Again, 5 other competitors.
Right.
So he doesn't have a win yet in 2021, but it's not like he's been floundering. Yeah, he's still looking to try and get on the winning side of things, but he hasn't been a failure. I wouldn't call this year a failure for the anti-hero quite yet. I think this is certainly a good way to jumpstart that, to get 2021 turned around a little bit.
I think you're right on the money there, and I think that this is the exact sort of match that we will get a chance to see what the new Joey Adams, or the newer Joey Adams, the one that isn't getting booed as much, doesn't have reliance on a stable behind him. I think this is really the moment we're going to get to see the Joey Adams we should look forward to for the rest of this year and
the former UWA Elite champion,
100%.
Joey Adams, yeah. Former golden ticket winner that he cashed in to get that title. But on the other side of things, BT Bull, also a UWA Elite champion. He's the current I champion, of course, but he's held the big belt before as well.
And BT Bull also has had a string of victories, and previous to the I Championship, long-standing tag team champion with King Tech. There's a lot in BT Bull's history that he is right now on the career path, probably his whole career. Like, he's just non-stop belts after belts.
And I think a lot of the credit for that goes to Nicholas K. Ever since they've joined forces, BT Bull has been rocketing up the charts in UWA Elite. Baiting Joey Silver into the match at Media Day where Bull won that I Championship, attacking TJ Blade at his retirement, injuring Mike Seaway, the easy victory over Johnny Strong in the Open Challenge, and a win over Seaway with, once again, help from Nicholas K. So I think as long as these two are aligned, I think BT Bull is close to unstoppable. Let's see if Joey Adams is able to finally put a stop to this Bull's charge.
Next, we have a stipulation match, rematch from last month's show. We have Ty Thomas challenging yet again for the Iron Man Championship of Eddie Thomas.
Hashtag no relation.
No. None whatsoever.
I just watched this match again very recently, and the title's important, but I think Eddie's cheating is really what is getting under Ty's skin. I think this isn't necessarily about the title. I think this is about respect. If you've seen our conversations on Twitter, Ty Thomas is very, very concerned with being respectful and being respected in return. And he's not getting that from Eddie. No one gets that from Eddie. But I think this is less about the title, and I think this is more about respect. I think it's more about him. That's why he's put out the stipulation. Like, Eddie, I want a rematch. I don't care how. You name it. And you've seen what Eddie has responded.
Yeah, and to that extent, though, if we look at both of those men, the tail of the tape, Eddie Thomas is an established submission wrestler.
True.
Does Ty Thomas have any sort of signature maneuver, something that we've seen that he has ever won through submission? He definitely hasn't in my time with UWA Elite.
No, if he does have a submission move, we haven't seen it yet. You have the standards, of course, but
sure.
As far as like a signature, this is how I'm going to put away, like, he doesn't have something akin to the C4. And if you're wrestling against someone for a championship in a submission match, going up against someone who has that in their tool belt, maybe not the greatest idea.
I wonder whether Ty Thomas has bit off a little bit more than he can chew, and Eddie will just continue to use this on his new talent initiatives to hold on to that title for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Eddie said he's sick of the whining of the entitlement. I think he's going to prove his point. I think he's going to be keeping that title around his waist. All right, I'm going to have to go down this list now. ECWA, International Wrestling Cartel, SWO, This is Funhouse, World One Wrestling, Battle Club Pro, and of course, UWA Elite, all with their names on the Territory Championship. That belt is up for grabs.
And who is he facing?
Oh, he's facing against Boom Harden.
I just like the way you say Boom.
So Matt Vertigo got the qualifier victory over Brandon Kirk and KTB, no small feat. Defended against Dillinger, defended in a street fight against Corvus at the 20th anniversary, and that's just here in UWA Elite. Don't forget he's also won victories against Suicide Myers, against Eric Martin, and a few weeks ago defeated Tony Deppen, which is quite the feather in his cap.
Yes. And his victory last month over Eric Corvus in a brutal street fight for that Territory Championship was...
He stole a man's shoe.
Yeah, exactly. He beat a man who was in the audience. Vertigo is on a tear that I've never seen. He needed to get past his sort of how come it's not mine? How come I can't get it? Stampy stamp that he used to do. He won one of the more prestigious belts in independent wrestling, and he's not letting it go.
No, and on the other side of things, we have the Nuketown Dragon, Boom Harden. The loss to Eddie Thomas for the Ironman title. However, the victory in the Cell Block 6 match. Finnegan and the Dragonborn Drake Chambers both fell to Boom Harden. And I gotta say, I mean, that's not an easy match to win. I mean, 5 other men, and you come out on top taking out 2 others.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just sneak his way into the finals. He didn't just sneak his way into this territory championship #1 contender spot. He earned it.
It was a definitive victory for Boom Harden. And he has been probably the performer that I've seen this past year that has surprised me the most, that I'm so looking forward to seeing at Livin on the Edge. I expect this to be match of the night.
The Nuketown Driver, the Protect Your Neck. Okay, so let's talk predictions. What you got?
So I'm not a betting man, but I got $100 that says this might be the night we see a second territory champion. I'm gonna say Boom Harden, just to make $100.
You're not a betting man, but you're putting $100 on it. You're a betting man.
I'll bet.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think Vertigo has been on a tear. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Yes, he's had match after match after match, but he seems up to the task. I've said it before on camera, I've said it on microphones, and I'll say it again here. The man is adrenaline with a beard. I think Matt Vertigo still your territory champion.
Well, we are here to the main event, and for the first time in a very long time, it is a non-title match in the main event of a UWA Elite event.
Yeah, it's a grudge match. I mean, there's no title on the line, but there's a lot of respect, a lot of self-respect.
You have to say disrespect, respect.
Yeah, very true. We've got Hedges against King Tech. I think maybe we finally see one of them come out on top. I mean, let's look the history of this. We had the golden ticket briefcase being ripped in half. At setting the standard, the double disqualification, both of them individually trying to cash in that briefcase, trying to cash in the golden ticket, and the other one stopping them. Dangerous Uprisings, the tag team lost to Dog Nation when they were forced to tag together. Hedges trying to cash in, Tech stopping him, and then finally at the 20th anniversary last month, the triple threat match with Valentine, and they failed.
They couldn't do it. They couldn't finish it off, and it's because, I would say in very good part, because they would get into each other's way. And so now we have a match that, I mean, if you hear the stipulations that have been attached to this match, I don't know who it sits better with, because we have that it is a boot camp match, and the winner has the other bend the knee.
Yeah, that was Hedges kicking off the stipulation extravaganza. Yeah, Hedges feeling that he was the champion who was chosen. He was the one who was chosen by prophecy to be the champion. And he sees Tech as having robbed that from him. Tech is the one who got pinned by Valentine. And I think Hedges is looking at that. We saw the words we had from Hedges a few weeks ago. Hedges blames Tech. He thinks he should be the champion right now, but he's the most decorated man in UWA Elite history. So he feels, I think he's already the champion in his heart.
Oh, and his mind. In his heart, his mind. Paper. And I'm sure Tech also blames Hedges for the same, that if Hedges hadn't been in the way, Tech did that leap off of the building.
Over our heads.
Oh, yes. There was so much passion in him going into that triple threat match. I really, for a hot minute, thought he was going to take down Valentine, but now one of them is going to have to kneel to the other. Imagine a world where Hedges, the man who makes everybody bend the knee, or asks them anyway, has to bend the knee to King Tech.
Or if King Tech, the leader of the UWA Elite Army, has to bend the knee to Hedges. I mean, I think that's what Tech had in his mind when he made this a boot camp match. Who knows what he's going to bring to the ring? I mean, weaponry of all. I mean, the man brings a sword to the ring. Let's start there.
Yes.
He can bring all sorts of weaponry with him on this one. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but he's the only one who knows exactly what weapons are going to be around the ring. I got to give the edge to Tech in this one.
It's an interesting call. I think, given the bending the knee, I'm gonna lean Hedges, and that is not because of anything else than I don't think he has it in him to bend the knee to anybody else. That'll keep him on his feet much longer than stamina. Just not wanting to lose.
It's a boot camp match. Loser bends the knee, and it's coming your way as the main event for Livin on the Edge, July 24th.
So that is the card for Livin on the Edge. I have one question that we have not addressed during all of these matches. Where's Valentine?
Valentine may be at ringside. He doesn't have a match. He doesn't have to be there, but as the champion, I think he's going to be scouting out the competition. I don't know which match he's going to be there for, but I can't imagine he's going to be absent from ringside.
Can't stay far away.
No. That question is going to be answered July 24th at Livin on the Edge at the South River VFW in South River, New Jersey. Doors open at 5 p.m. Our special start time for this event is going to be 5:30 p.m. Where can all the fans find you on social media?
They can find me at RevVoice on Twitter, Twitch, and everywhere else.
All right, I'm M_C_HALE on Twitter and Twitch. Livin on the Edge is July 24th, followed by the Middlesex County Fair, August 2nd through the 8th, including the Dynamite Davis Memorial Crossroads Tournament that is on Saturday, August the 7th. Make sure you're going to UWAElite.com, at UWA Elite on all the social media, getting your updates to Livin on the Edge. July 24th, we'll see you at ringside.